Princess.
Excuse me.
Just wanna
You
make,
said at the end of the meeting we get the answers?
I'm just gonna have one response from my side. One of the audience members mentioned something about collecting a paycheck. I just wanna let everyone know, we're all volunteers here. So I don't want anyone to think that there's some sort of, other benefit financially for us to be here. This is our volunteer time as well. I have a family, I have kids.
We're volunteers here too.
Totally get it.
Yeah.
We understand your concerns. I think budgeting is not always an easy task. There's a lot of moving pieces. We're doing the best we can. To the two groups that are close, that I mentioned in the statement before, let's get a contract done. We're almost there. To the two groups that I mentioned otherwise, I would say proposals and counters are in process and you should receive them soon. Thank you.
Can I make a comment?
Actually, I didn't finish, but so you guys raised a very different aspect of opinions and different subjects. So I just categorize and do my best to simplify my answers as well. So many of your questions and opinion regarding
Can
step
I make
cuts.
a comment before you reply to their responses?
What? You like to make a comment?
Yes.
But you cut my speech. Go ahead, Mr. Becali.
No, go ahead.
You already cut my speech, so.
Go ahead.
Okay, so I will just address with the stakeholders, and this is something that the Dr. Sirlo would be able to answer, because our board members, we don't work on site, but we are recommended by superintendents and then our administrators who are responsible in finance. So based upon my recollection and then previous conversation with Dr. Cirillo in finance committee meeting or negotiation meeting, we've heard that this position is to be eliminated in order to meet some balance of our finance constraint. It was months ago. And at the time, I didn't know what exactly, what position it was, but still, that's something that we, board members and the administrator, will have to discuss more further. But I just want to let you know that this kind of step cut or any program diminishes, those, we just really rely on 100% by the recommendation of superintendents. And there are just some concerns raised, like today, we consider to speak and discuss with Dr. Cirillo someday soon. For we are all human beings. We always, almost every time, we don't want failure. Cutting step is always heartbreaking too. Failure to your friends, step members, anyone just next to you, just not seeing them anymore, it's heartbreaking. We understand. We are human beings too here. Also, I'm a parent of special needs as well, and I'm still like one of the English learners. I'm constantly learning any kinds of, even in Korean too. I read Korean every day too, in order not to be losing any skill. So I'm very much understanding how you concern about stack up of Italian curriculums. That's beginner classes, not all, right? So in my understanding, it was about the budget as well, and then there is not enough needs of students who are interested in taking the classes. If I recollect correctly, with previous conversation with Dr. Cirillo last year. But again, we will speak again with Dr. Cirillo someday soon, hopefully maybe next week. So by next month, we probably have some conclusion on those concerns that raises today. And the others, Mr. Rotundo left, but the quorum, regarding the concern about quorum in our April 11th meeting, we had a quorum. Is there any board members who disagree with it? We had a quorum. And also about the letter that I read on April 11th, again, many of you have not been here in the Board of Education meeting for past 1.5 years. Just without knowledge of all those year-long board meeting experience, I understand that some misunderstanding will be raised too. But our statements on April 11th is solely just to refute false media reports and misleading information. Again, spread by the PPE leadership about the Board of Education in the belief that the public deserves and has the right to trustful and accurate information, especially if it's the governing body that constitutes public education. So it's not about to degrade your contribution to our education and support and teach our students. We appreciate it. For past years, teachers, you know that I spoke the same statements over and over. Maybe some months I skip. But we express it, our board express that our appreciation to your contribution to our school district. I do, and all of our board members do. And sorry that there are so many questions, but and to the music teacher, that was a concert in the Lindbergh.
I'm sorry, I don't know the dates for Lindbergh.
No, that's the high
This is
school.
at the high school,
High-
that's when
that's a high school?
May 29th is, yes.
Thank you for your invitation too. But I used to go to, where me and other board member used to go to the spring concert, and that's one reason and basis that why the board try hard to put the AC conditioning in Lindbergh School auditorium gym. Because of last year and the past 2 years prior to, 2 years ago, I really suffered the heat in the spring concert as well. I see other students and parents raise their past concerns. It wasn't actually me, it was presented by the parents, their needs. And we tried hard, but again, it's all about the budget too. That's in our statement that I read on April 11th.
I'm sorry, I cannot hear. I heard something about the heat 3 years ago.
Right, because
3
2 years ago, it was hot.
175 students, like sardines, on music risers that couldn't contain them, so they were all over in the auditorium. So I'm sorry if you were hot, but they were probably melting.
No, it's-
175 students in the auditorium, singing in the auditorium. I don't know how I did it. I don't have 14 students in a class.
No,
I
no,
had
if you-
5 classes altogether, 175 class, 3 years ago. Then I started speaking up because it's not for humans. One person only with 175 students, something is not functioning correctly. My opinion is that there are not enough teachers to cover the electives. That's why I had to teach 175 students. Then 3 years ago, the number got a little shorter, smaller, got a little more contained, 152. This year I have 125. It's getting better.
Yeah, I think
But
my
this
space.
is a concern that
Yeah.
we need teachers. So we don't
Alright.
have to cut the budget, but we need more money to actually, hire more people. So the students can have more opportunities.
Yeah, I don't know if whether my speech was misunderstood, but my speech was to encourage you how both is in same position as all the teachers and students and parents who has better environments, better condition when students sing a song in spring concert. Every spring concert, I see parents complain and brought the safety issue of suffocating their children because of the heat. That's how we try hard this year to put it in our budget for the NC and air conditioning bill and then in the bubble team. So, unfortunately, it wasn't able to make it because due to the finance constraint. But thank you for invitation.
We have concerts, one is in the winter, the other is in the spring, and you're always welcome to come, so you can see how well those students are exactly, are coming. Thank you, thank you so much.
Question, you didn't answer my question, so I'm just following up with you. On number 12, I asked it when I stood up, to provide substitute athletic trainers when needed. Who determines that? There's no medical professionals on board. Who determines that?
Cody, we heard the question, the board members will answer if they wanna answer, if they haven't answered, they give. Thank you.
It says resolved, that's why I'm asking.
Council, can I make a comment?
Yes, please.
I just wanted to thank you, all the teachers. I'm sure many of you know who I am. I'm a parent of 3 kids. 2 were nonverbal when they came to Pell Park. Some of you teachers know that. And now they're high honors, they're awesome, and I thank you. So I hope negotiation and the teachers come to an agreement very quick, because I don't want the stress for you guys or the boat or the parents or the kids. So I wish there's a agreement, like very soon, so everything will be resolved. And also for Mr. Cody, I've been on the football field, I've been on the basketball court, I've been on every sport, wherever.
Every concert.
Every concert. Cody's been at the school from 1:30 until God knows when the last student or the athlete leaves the facility. And that's why I said no earlier to number 12, because as an athlete myself, when I was a kid, we had a trainer at the school all the time, and that actually prevented many injuries. And having Cody there from 1 o'clock or 1:30 on, even non-athletes go to him for help, since we don't have a full-time nurse. So I think it's very important to reconsider number 12, or revisit this as of now, because he is a very key factor to not just the athletes, even to the teachers, even to the administrators, even to everybody. So maybe we can reconsider. I don't know what the procedure is with this. So that's my comment. I just wanted to thank you all.
We know the procedure to redo, but I think first of all, we should speak with Dr. Cirillo first, and the administrator too. Any other board member like to make comments to the public?
Okay. Shall I say something?
Yes, Mr. Rombak?
Yeah, so I've been sitting here for like just about a year, and I've just been listening and observing. And after being here and listening to some stories, I do have some considerations to make. So I'm just putting it out there. So.
You know, if I can make a comment, you know, I've been here for about 3 months and, you know, just listening to everything and, you know, everybody says like no respect, this and that, and, you know, we're here because we respect you guys, right? We're not, you know, I have a job, I have a little baby too, I can go back to, you know, I'm sitting here at 10 o'clock, it's, you know, we respect you guys, number one, all the hard job you guys are doing as well, and as far as I'm hearing is that you guys are very so close. I mean, you guys are like right there, that's what I'm hearing, right? So I don't even know if I can talk about this, but that's what I'm hearing. And so let's just get it on, and let's focus the time on making the education better for the kids. Like, if you guys are gonna come here for like 10% of your time, just come to the meeting and tell us what we can do to make the education better for the kids. I think Trump just signed some like AI bill or something like that, right? We're using AI or something. So what is it? You guys know what's out there. You guys are the troops that are out there. So if you guys really want to help out, then make the community better. Let's do it together. We're in the same boat. Let's just find,
Everyone, the border has to go. May I have your attention, please? The board has to go on the closed session. So you may or may not stay here, but after closed session, we might have we'll have to take a formal action too.
So it's gonna be a decision made after?
There will be.
Okay, so